Cinema 5D at Cinegear 2017 is brought to you by B&H, the professional source for all your video needs. Tilta, arm your camera. Manfrotto, imagine more. Schneider, it starts with the glass. And Olympus OMD, revolutionary in every way.
Hi, this is Johnny from Cinema 5D. We are here at Cinegear 2017 at the Paramount Studios with Mitch. Mitch, good morning. How are you?
I am very well, sir. Thank you.
And we have here a new camera from Panasonic, which is...
This is our new baby, the Panasonic AU-EVA1. The EVA1 sensor is an all-new sensor design. It is not a 4K sensor. It is more than a 4K sensor. It's actually a 5.7K sensor. Now, it's Super 35, but the reason we went with a 5.7K sensor, you hear a lot of people have over the years talked about debayering and what it means to your resolution when you do that. If you start at 5.7K, you can derive a 4K, not by trimming off the frame, but actually at the full frame, get a really rich, complete, high-resolving 4K image. Because when you start with more, it's always better than starting with less. And then finally, we're also going to have a raw output on this, and that'll be in a future update. The camera will come out in the fall, and then sometime in the future we'll have a firmware update for the camera, and that will allow 5.7K raw to be output from the camera.
So this brings me to the questions about recording formats and the different resolutions.
This is a preview event today. We're going to give all of the information as the camera gets closer to release, which will be this fall. But what we're letting people know today is that it will record in 4K, and it will also record formats in Ultra HD and 2K and HD and even 720 if you want. But in 4K, we'll be able to do 4K at 24 frame and 25 frame and even all the way up to 60 frames. We'll also be able to do different bit depths and bit rates and such, so you'll be able to do up to a 10-bit 422, so that's a nice rich
internally
color. And that'll be a very nice color sampling, for the signal. And then for the recording codec, we'll be able to have, again, different options, but you'll be able to have up to 400 megabits per second. So again, it's a very rich file that you'll be able to do a lot with. In 2K, we'll have an option to be able to shoot all the way up to 240 frames per second.
You also chose to equip the camera with EF lens mount. Why is that?
It's a native EF lens mount, and the reason is first off, EF lenses are very, very common. You can get a lot of high quality options from many manufacturers. You're not trapped in any one manufacturer's universe there.
So what about internal stabilization? Because obviously this is also a run and gun camera. Did you take care of that?
Yes, there is electronic image stabilization in the camera, and that is on the camera and on the imaging side, so that there is a multi-axis way that we do have internal.
And autofocus, because many people are doing those days some type of gimbal work, and they need the autofocus to function well.
Well, let's put it this way: we are refining and defining an autofocus focus control for EVA1, because we don't have that exactly on other cameras. It's a little different for different types of cameras with different sensor sizes and different lens mounts and such. We communicate with the lens, and we do have certain levels of control. And yes, we do have certain functionality.
I see that the camera actually has no viewfinder, only LCD screen. Where's the EVF?
Well, when you look at the form factor like this, a lot of times the EVF is something stuck way in the back, and it's kind of awkward. It really doesn't give you the functionality that a lot of people would like out of it. And so a lot of back and forth, and what we've done is we made the LCD here be able to be moved about. So it has a mount here that can pop it off here, and you can put it a couple different spots here. You can even put it on the other side. You can swing it around. In fact, you can remove this whole handle and remove the whole LCD if you want. But you can remove the handle and then mount the LCD directly to these mounting points that are right on the top of the camera. We're working with third-party companies as well to have different accessorizing to it. But that gives you a lot of versatility. It comes, we don't have it on here at the moment, it comes with a little sunshade for this. Third-party companies, I'm sure, are going to have stuff so you can have sort of a eyepiece loop that go on here. And there are also third-party companies that make viewfinders that you can put on here as well.
Any more information that you can share with us about the new camera?
So some important items on the camera. For input-output, it has XLR audio inputs on the back. It also has HDMI and SDI outputs, and those outputs are both 4K capable.
Can they work simultaneously?
They will also work simultaneously. And we have, in addition to that, timecode in and out as well. It has stereo mic built in, just if you want to be doing sort of small dock style stuff. If you want to lose the whole top handle, don't want to have a big microphone here. You see.
Which batteries are you using for that camera?
This is using regular small Panasonic 7.2 volt camcorder batteries, or it has a 12 volt input for power.
How about the recording media for that camera?
We chose the use of SDXC cards. Now, you'll be able to use different versions of those cards depending on which format you'll be recording, but you'll be able to record up to 4K and 60p and stuff. We'll have dual card slots, so you'll be able to continuously record from one to another and such.
So availability, you said during fall this year, and about the American price?
It is going to be shipping in the fall, and it will be selling for under $8,000 US.